Decon, how long has it been since the away team checked in?
28 minutes, Captain. 2 minutes later than the last time you asked.
Very funny. I'm worried about them. They've had a few too many close calls for my taste.
Commander Connerly knows what he's doing, Captain.
I know, Lee, but this was my idea. I should be the one down there taking the risks.
Captain, you know as well as I do that he wouldn't have let that happen.
Better than you know.
I beg your pardon, sir?
Nothing. Just remembering.
Captain, the commander is checking in.
Put him through.
Am I on time this time, Captain?
Don't get smart, Commander.
A wise man at the Academy once told me, don't be any less than you are.
I'll have to remember to find that man and reward him properly someday. Report.
We've managed to seed the area pretty well with the various forms of fruit in various stages of development. Hopefully they can learn from them the best ways to pick and eat them. We also managed to trim down some of the foliage so they can find the higher fruits and want to go after them on their own.
Sounds good. How much longer do you think you're going to need?
Probably a couple of hours. We're going to send someone up soon to get some signal enhancers. There are minerals in some of the areas that play havoc with our surveillance equipment. We're going to need it if we're going to track their progress.
Understood. Any idea how Timonir's team is doing?
No, sir. I believe you've heard from them more recently than we have.
When they last reported in, they were getting ready to get closer to the tribe's encampment to dig towards the root systems.
I hope they remember to make it look natural.
They were told to make it look as though one of the natural wildlife had torn up the area. It's likely to spook them a bit, thinking animals had gotten close to their encampment, but it's worth it.
Agreed. Well, it's time to get back to work. We'll be back in touch shortly.
Okay, Commander. Iliad out.
Sounds like they're having a nice shore leave.
How long until Timonir's group is supposed to check in? Decon?
I'm sure they will be calling any moment, sir.
How long?
2 minutes
Oh, okay.
ago.
What?
I'm sure they're fine, Captain. They probably stumbled into one of the mineral deposits the commander spoke of and need to find a clear zone.
Maybe they're too close to the people and don't want to be found.
Or maybe you two are trying to keep me calm, and I appreciate it, but we need to make sure. Decon, find them through their comm badges.
Working?
I'm sorry, sir. We were just trying to help.
I know, Lieutenant, but one day, when you have a command of your own, you'll realize that there are times for calm and times for action. When someone as reliable as Jahas fails to check in on time, it's time for action.
I think I found them.
Explain.
Well, the signal's weak because of the deposit.
Is it enough to get a location?
Yes, it's in the middle of the natives' encampment.
Can you get a transporter lock?
Negative.
Well, they weren't supposed to go that near, so we're going to assume that they've been captured.
Timonir?
It's their terrain, and he knows that I don't want them hurt. Once discovered, he would probably surrender before taking the chance of doing even more damage, counting on us coming after him when he didn't check in. Decon, raise Commander Connolly again.
I?
Do you think they'll hurt our people?
I don't think so, and in spite of how I want to help those people, Jahas wouldn't let one of his own get hurt.
I've got him, Captain.
Miss me already, Captain.
No time for jokes, Commander. Timonir hasn't checked in, and sensors show him in the tribe's camp. I need you to take your group and go get our people.
Understood, Captain.
Do what you can not to hurt them.
Of course. Connerly out.
Commander,
Yes, Coat, what is it?
I've lost the tricorder signal again. We must be near another deposit.
Keep trying to scan. You'll probably pick up the signal again in another few meters.
Yes, sir. How do you think it happened?
What?
How did these untrained, uneducated people capture a group of Starfleet security personnel, especially Timonir? I mean, he's used to this sort of life. Have you seen his stones?
I beg your pardon.
The hunting stones he used during his rite of passage.
Oh, yes.
Do you think he lost his edge somewhere along the line?
No. He is still one of the most capable security officers I've ever met. What you need to remember, though, is that he is fully in control of the situation, in spite of the evidence to the contrary. These people are probably operating out of fear, which makes them more difficult to predict.
I suppose.
Put yourself in their shoes for a moment. Creatures that are so far above you on the evolutionary scale are suddenly found. The universal translators may or may not be working, depending on how far along their level of communication is developed. Our people aren't able to explain themselves, making weird, incomprehensible sounds. They're wearing the skins of animals you've never seen. All you've known in the way of survival is to hunt lower life forms, and suddenly it appears you may have become a lower life form yourself.
Fight or flight instinct kicks in.
Exactly.
You know, I grew up off Bajor,
Though you are Bajorn.
but I've done research into what my family, what my people went through. We were a peace-loving people before the Cardassians came. We were devoted to science, music, art, and culture. We weren't prepared for invasion, but we became warriors learning to fight to survive. There's always been the question, though, if things would have been different if we were more, I don't know,
Savage?
sort of, yeah.
I think you understand the situation here better than you think.
Commander, the tricorder is working again.
Good. How much farther do we have to go? Ko?
Another 300 meters to the campsite.
What's wrong?
I'm getting some weird readings, sir.
Weird.
There are life signs approaching.
From what direction?
All directions, sir. I think.
We're surrounded.